We are speaking to Martin Gothridge, who is President of the European Hockey Federation. Good afternoon, Martin.
Good afternoon.
So we have come to the end of the first decade of the 21st century. What do you think the achievements of the European Hockey Federation have been?
Oh, well, I think the progress made by the Federation over the last 10 years has been fantastic, really. First of all, we have a new permanent home in terms of our office in Brussels. We have moved from every 4 years to having Euro Nations tournaments every 2 years, and I'm quite sure that has improved the standards not only in the championship but in the trophy and challenge tournaments as well. We have, with some assistance from the FIH, been able to employ our Continental Development Officer. We've been very lucky to have a really dedicated officer in Norman Hughes, and he has been able to go around and visit various national associations, see what their requirements are, so that we can try to help them and to tailor our services to their needs. On the development side, we have the umpire development program. That's been very successful in producing excellent young umpires and in raising the general awareness in the game of the importance of having good European umpires. But I suppose one has to say that I think this decade will be remembered above all for the introduction of Euro Hockey League. With our partners in Pro Sport, the Dutch marketing agency, we have introduced a competition which has raised the bar for all hockey and the way it is presented worldwide.
With the global recession taking hold on many sports, what is the current situation of the European Hockey Federation?
Well, we are aware that a lot of our member national associations are under financial pressure. We have been very careful to hold entry fees and affiliation fees at the 2009 levels. This is the last thing they need, is to face increased fees. We've been looking through the competitions committees at trying to keep a check on the cost of travelling to tournaments. We do that by trying to place the tournaments in strategic venues, but of course to be able to do this we need offers to host, and when we get enough offers, then we can look at what would be the best venue for the teams who are competing. But it's worth just saying at this stage, of course, that nations and clubs really ought to realise that in many cases it's cheaper to host than for the team to travel, because hosting gets them into the possibility of websites, of income from ticketing, income from catering at venues, and local sponsorship. So it is very important to weigh up the likely cost of hosting against the cost of the squad having to travel. We have been particularly conscious, again, knowing the financial problems, that we won't decrease the level of our development activity. On the contrary, we are actually increasing the level of development activity. It's critical that we support vulnerable federations, and we are trying to do this and to support them actually on their home territory with sending coaches and officials who can help the development of their hockey.
And what about partnerships and sponsorships? Have the Federation been lucky enough to keep those, or are there problems with any of the partners?
No, we have been very well supported by our partners AstroTurf, AsPetrol and Musco Lighting. Musco Lighting are just in the course of renewing their agreement, and we are hopeful, we're very grateful for their support, but we are hopeful that all three of those partners will maintain their links and support with the European Federation.
Many sports are coming under pressure from the media due to scandals on doping and unsporting behaviour. Does hockey generally have these problems?
Well, I'm glad to say doping isn't a problem in hockey at the present time. That doesn't mean we're complacent. We are doing all we can to educate players and parents and coaches in the restrictions relating to doping, and to that extent we have recently put on the website a system called Real Winner, which is WADA approved and which gives people all the information they need to avoid falling into any doping traps. We're also very conscious that we are a sport with a good reputation, but it's very important that we maintain that reputation for sporting behaviour. Hockey is a sport that people can play from 5 years of age until 85, and we're not only increasing the sport in the various age groups, but we're also looking at bringing on more and more facilities or competitions that the disabled hockey players can take part in. Our values, as we emphasised at the General Assembly in Amsterdam in August, are extremely important to us. Hockey is something different, and we're doing all we can to educate hockey players and hockey fans in what is necessary in terms of sporting behaviour and maintaining the values.
So Martin, looking forward to 2010, what's in store for hockey fans in 2010?
Well, first of all, of course, at the beginning of 2010 we can look forward to a feast of indoor hockey. We have the Nations competitions in January and clubs in February, and I'm reliably informed that those competitions will involve something like 400 matches and, of course, many hundreds of goals, because indoor hockey is a particularly exciting competition with lots of goals scored. At Easter, I'm particularly looking forward to rounds 1 and 2 of our new Women's Champions Cup. That will be played in a very similar format to men's EHL and using the rule variations that apply in EHL. Going on from there in July, after the club competitions have all finished, we have the European Under-16 Championships and then the Under-21s. So there's a lot of junior hockey going on in July. So there's a lot to look forward to, and I would just like to wish all the players and fans in Europe and beyond a very happy Christmas and a successful 2010.
Thank you very much.